So here's the reason why I'm replacing the beam that's back here. As you can see, this wheel has a nice toe in, so that's perfectly fine. And when you look at it from this side, you can see how the wheel is towed out, so it's causing the car to just pull to the right, I mean the left. And yeah, it's sketchy to drive, especially when you're braking. Go. That's one wheel down. You can actually see what I'm going to be removing. So I'm actually going to be removing the brake caliper, pretty much everything, rotor, this suspension component, which is the shock. Also going to be removing that spring, and then here's the beam itself. Have to take off the brake line. That's the line for the emergency brake. What else? Here's the hard line for the brake caliper line. Here's where the hard line begins, and there's my other brake line. Alright, so I just took off both calipers, caliper bolts, so I can just slide out the caliper. Okay, so here's a little cap for the hub so that it doesn't get rusty in there. So I'm gonna put this thing on. There we go. Alright, so here's the hub. Nice impact. Yeah, so now this is the exposed side. We're gonna need a 16 millimeter. See how this dust cover is almost off. It's loose. I can actually take it off with my finger now. Cool. So this thing is going to be able to come off. Yeah. Here's the stub axle alongside the dust cover, and right here is the beam. So you can see here that it's nice and exposed. So now I'm gonna be dropping it soon. Woohoo! Dang. Well, we're good. Alright, so I'm currently under the car, and as you guys can see, there's completely nothing. That's my little homemade plug right there for the brake line, which I'm gonna replace right now. So yeah, there's the other bracket right there. Obviously my hand's dirty. Yeah, so you guys can learn something from my experience right now. That one beam that weighs like 80 pounds pretty much kind of crushed my arm, but we're good. Right there is the self-leveling for the headlights for the rear part. You have one in the front as well. Yeah, there's my other brake line right there. That one's stainless steel. I'm gonna replace the other brake line with stainless steel. There's some pee right there. No, I'm just kidding. That's brake fluid. That's why it's so annoying to work on this. yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the beam now. Make it look nice. Alright, so here I got the old beam. Here's here's the new one, but it's older than this one. And then here's my my original beam that I had on there. So this beam is perfectly fine. I mean, it should. And this side was perfectly fine too. You can just see how they line up perfectly. They're nice and squared. And this one angles in like this. The other side angles in like that. And over here, it's more visible. You can definitely tell there's some kind of bend on this one. It's not lining up correctly. So yeah, I'm not too sure where the bend is, but somewhere here, obviously. And then they're both angled at the same direction, which is funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take off that POWERFLEX bushing off. That one is gonna stay there. I don't care. Yeah, there's not really anything else I can get out of this one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one up right now. What I'm gonna be doing, well, trying to do first is hit this with some brake clean, and maybe it'll look presentable, because I don't really like how it looks so dusty and everything. While this is doing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and remove any miscellaneous things that we don't need anymore. I can start off by taking off these brackets. That's one. Should just come off. Alright. So here's the driver's side part of the bracket. So this is your leveling for the headlights, auto leveling, whatever you want to call it. There's the flexible part of the brake line, and then they made a stupid clip here which is inaccessible. I don't know how these people took it off, honestly. I really don't know how they did it. Mine I took off, but it was impossible. I don't know how these people got the hard line off. Beats me, but good job. Now you can actually see the other part of the bushing better. So here's this. Take off this line. I don't know if I break any clips. What's left to take off on here is this clip. Alright. Here's the little retaining clip. And then this brake line just comes loose. You can see here that they cut it. It's trash. Alright, that's a lot easier. Got both bushings out pretty easy once it's out. A lot easier than when I tried doing it in the car for that other one. Here's the other one. Cool. Alright, now basically I'm going to go ahead and press out that one. Well, not press it, but whack it out. So here's the polyurethane one. It's got a little bit of chips here, but still good. Have lifetime warranty on it, so we're chilling. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some 500, just so that everything's nice and clean. A little bit of brake fluid. Pretty clean. Gonna wipe it clean. Pretty damn clean to me. Alright, so I have this bushing sitting in the freezer for, I don't know, about 2 weeks. Because I only got enough time to do that one when I just to replace that one side, but yeah, this thing has just been sitting there. I've heard that it makes it easier. We're gonna find out. And yeah, I guess it's fitting a little bit easier. I'm gonna go ahead and lube this up and go ahead and force it in with power. And yeah, I got a little bit of paint on me. No big deal. What do you guys think? Looks a lot better, right? It's hard. So this is pretty much how the car looks like with everything already inside the car. So pretty much I rolled the beam underneath the car, used the jack to lift it up from the center. Then from there I had two other jack stands to support the beam on each side. And then after it was on jack stands, I rolled the beam a little more with the jack from the center, and then I was able to line up the two, what do you call it, the two areas where the bushing goes into. Let me show you guys real quick. So right in the center right there, that's the beam part, and then that's the bracket part. So I was lining up the beam part with the bracket little by little. I did one side at a time. Once I got that bolted in. Alright, so after I attached my little beam and the shock absorber, I obviously took off the hubs, as you guys recall from the previous clips. So here's one of the hubs. This one's still good, so it's actually the one that I had on the car, but it didn't break from the race, so I mean, I guess I can reuse it or have it as a spare part. I went ahead and put this on, then obviously went ahead and put in my rear brakes. With the brakes on, I was able to put in the caliper, and then from there route that emergency brake cable to the back of the caliper, and then that was pretty much it. Fucking dirty. This car's freaking filthy. Look at this. Alright, excuse the dirty interior. Throw my hat back there. Alright. So what's funny is that once I replaced this, I had the ABS light on, and then it actually went away once I started driving. That's what happened. And then funny enough, I went ahead and used my windshield wiper jets, and freaking thing is leaking. Like, it's so annoying. Check this out, check this out. Wait, let me open up the engine. So here's the reservoir thing. Check this out, check this out. Got some water right here. Alright, so I haven't spilled anything. And look, it's freaking leaking. So this is gonna be my next thing that I'm gonna be doing. It's freaking annoying. But yeah, the engine looks beautiful. That's not cooling, people, that's just water. Freaking problems, man, with this car. Okay, so yeah, let's take it out for a drive and I'll show you guys what's up. So prior to this video, the steering wheel was pretty much like this as I drove, but now it pretty much straightened itself out because of the rear. It was pulling to the right, I mean left. I need to get a camera, man, because this car, I mean the camera on my phone sucks, not gonna lie. Here we go, nice and straight. I mean, I'm only gonna do a little small test drive. There's a little bump here. Alright, so steering wheel is not pulling me anywhere. I am gonna need a little alignment done on this car, but I plan to do the front controller and bushings to polyurethane ones. I have them actually shipping out in the mail right now, so I'll be getting them probably Monday. Today's Thursday, and I'm gonna film a video on that. Let's see how that goes. Yep, fixed my issue with the steering. Yeah. So I will see you guys next video, and I'm sorry for not showing the installation process, and you guys have a good one. Okay, see ya.